This device is behind some of the coolest special effects and stunts from Hollywood to YouTubers. They're primarily used for dropping heavy things, and today we're going to take a deep dive into all the mechanisms I've come across and see what they are and aren't good for, ranging from $10 light duty ones to massive industrial ones, and explore some of the ways Hollywood, TV, and YouTubers use them for special effects. What an interesting job. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. These devices are called quick releases, or trips. If you Google release hook, there are a million different options from different industries, and they all have their pros and cons. Some are much easier to use than others. A poorly designed one will be very hard to release under load. We'll be comparing all of these. This is the small Sweeney Trip, extra large Sweeney Trip, Panic Snap, Pelican Hook, and 2 Kong quick releases. We'll be testing all of the trips I have today by dropping this 110-pound test dummy from a 65-foot boom lift. Do you have any reservations before I begin testing? Excellent.
Each time when I come here, I am abused.
I've been kind of obsessed with this topic ever since I was a kid watching Mythbusters, and it always drove me crazy wondering what kind of device they use to drop stuff from so high. 3! That's why my last video was so fun. I think about this topic a lot, and I need to get it out of my head and into a video. I looked far and wide. I scoured through screenshots from a bunch of episodes from Mythbusters, all before stumbling upon Sweeney effects. This is what appears to be the industry standard and was used a bunch on Mythbusters.
And you feed it with that?
In Jurassic World, you can see they used a 10,000-pound Sweeney Trip. 10,000-pound Sweeney Trip in 3, 2, 1. It's rated for 10,000 pounds, and I also have its mini-me rated for 500 pounds. They have a few other sizes in between. They call this the Sweeney Trip. You can trip it with a cord like lots of other products, but it also comes with a black powder actuator built in. You can remove it and install a pneumatic cylinder that they sell. So there's lots of options for tripping this remotely without having to use a cord. So as you can see, no one's up in the boom to pull a rope, and I'm holding on to an electronic detonator. A lot quieter than I thought it would be. Combine that with a remote trigger instead of a wire, ideal. This is the small 500-pound Sweeney Trip in 3, 2, 1. Easiest one yet. I'm making this video because I wish it existed for me to find, and I hope there's more me's out there. Not that this is exhaustive though, it's just what I've learned. This is called a panic snap, and they're commonly used in horse training. In 3, 2, 1. Wow, that was super easy. That one felt as easy, if not easier, than the Sweeney Trip. That is not what I expected. For all of the cheaper quick releases I'm using today, I'll have links in the description. This design is called a Pelican Hook. 3, 2, 1. Doable. Took a little bit more force than the Sweeney Trip. Just kind of a pain to set up. I thought this one would be tougher because it has to squeeze the hook inwards before it trips. There are lots of different variations of Pelican hooks, and they're simple enough to where you could probably fabricate your own. Looks like you knock this kind open with a sledgehammer. I was researching more about it and found that tugboats and offshore rigs use massive, I mean honkin' release hooks. I think this one is called a disc type release hook. I just learned that free fall lifeboats use release hooks too. Can't believe I never thought of that. Probably does make more sense than using explosive bolts. Both of these release hooks are made by Kong, and I think they use these in sailing. This is the Kong quick release that I think is going to be easier. That was the most difficult one so far. This is Kong quick release number 2, the one I have to pull sideways. Not only is it not optimal for pulling from above like this, but that one was super difficult. The Sweeney Trip takes really no effort at all to release it, although I've only tested it up to 110 pounds. There are lots of other designs for mechanisms like this within this weight class from other people, but their designs appear to require more effort.
This is our new quick release.
The one How Ridiculous uses seemed pretty difficult.
Hey, what?
And this one requires a massive lever. Rigging things that you can just throw a strap around or hook onto is pretty straightforward, but sometimes you may want to drop something that's very irregularly shaped. How Ridiculous has run into this a few times. Once when they tried to drop a bunch of Rexes, and again when they tried to drop a big water balloon. They used a large cargo net, which is pretty clever, but their first attempt didn't go so hot, kind of got snagged up.
Not enough ropes fit in that. Look, it's a long story, but it was never happening.
Seems they learned from their lesson and tried again later with a different type of net with much more success. If you're dropping a bunch of small loose items, you could try a bulk bag. Some of them have a chute underneath that will untie. This one's pretty neat. It seems to be made just for this kind of thing. Some trips pull up and some pull to the side. The Sweeney Trip pulls up, so you may have to rig a small pulley above it to trip it from below, or you might be able to run the cord over the top of it just like this. Haven't tried that yet though. The base mechanism that a lot of these trips have in common is called a sear. Go ahead and look that up real quick. Google how to make a sear.
FBI, open up!
It's a really cool mechanism, and you can see why the Sweeney sear is so easy to trip. For tiny, lightweight stuff, you can use one of these archery releases. I'm not really sure how much weight they can hold, but I guess consider the draw weight of a bow plus a safety factor of 3 or 4 maybe. For extremely heavy loads, sometimes a trip won't work and you need to actually cut the rigging line. In this case, they use a pyrotechnic cable cutter. In the Mythbusters episode, where they try to see if a cable will cut a person in half, they used a hydraulic cable cutter. I was researching pyro cutters and I found a company that was explaining that their product is used to sever power cables inside a missile to abort it in flight, which is pretty wild. And I guess I have always wondered how they would do that mechanically instead of just blowing up the rocket. Similar to those devices is this cable spiker. It's blank fired and electricians use it to sever power lines to ensure that they're not live or something. In the movie Transformers, they split this bus in half while driving and they held the two halves together with cables and then severed them, I'm assuming, with explosive cable cutters. Just listen to this guy explain the whole bus gag.
We have 6 exploding bolts holding the cab together in the center of the bus, and then we have big cables underneath pulling it together, holding it together. We cut the cables and blow the bolts, and the actual bus cracks in half like an egg in two pieces. There's a stunt driver and drives the front away because it's going to drop down on another set of wheels so he can still control it. And then the back half has those same cannons in it that we're going to fire at 1100 PSI, 3 cannons, and the back half of the bus is going to flip away. Wow, it's going to be really cool.
Man, that's what I want to be doing, and the sooner I buy my own land, the sooner I can do larger effects like that. Helicopters use a type of quick release all the time. The search term I found that worked for these is helicopter cargo release hook. Of course, these are used in many regular industries like logging, not just Hollywood. All right, honorable mentions. Mechanisms I thought was pretty cool, but doesn't really apply here, but we'll talk about it anyways. A kid I went to middle school with had an Oakley backpack that had these latches on it, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But I hadn't been able to find what they were called until recently. I was at a sunglass shop of all places, and they had this on the rack. I think it's for a dog leash or maybe just a keychain. I think it's pretty interesting how it has to push the rope off of the hook, but I imagine for that reason it's difficult under load. This thing is called a Kong frog, not super applicable to dropping things, but neat nonetheless. I think they use these for mountaineering and maybe tactical canine leashes. Quick releases don't have to be used just for dropping stuff. The big idea behind these is they're used to store potential energy. For example, they can hold back force from an actuator like my home run machine I made years ago. I used a panic snap to hold the pneumatic cylinder under tension. The reason for that being I didn't have the cost or complexity of adding a valve, and a valve could move air a lot slower than I wanted to, and so I just plumbed the air compressor straight into the pneumatic cylinder so it was preloaded and then pulled the trip. Another great use case for trips is trebuchets and catapults. The Grand Tour built an absolutely honkin' one. Their trip seemed pretty difficult.
It's elastic.
And the rope matters too. Other uses I've seen are the Mythbusters boom lift catapult and Mark Rober's football kicking machine. His used the same 10,000 pound Sweeney Trip, which I got to see in person last year when I had the privilege of visiting Crunch Labs while I was in town for Open Sauce. I'll be at Open Sauce again this year as a featured creator. It's in San Francisco from June 14th to the 16th, so come on out if you want to meet and chat. If you want to learn more about these kinds of mechanisms, this video's sponsor, Brilliant, can help. Brilliant is where you learn by doing, with thousands of interactive lessons in math, data analysis, programming, and AI. Their course on scientific thinking engages with key scientific principles and theories, from simple machines like gears and pulleys to Einstein's special theory of relativity. Build on your natural intuition while gaining deep knowledge of scientific principles. Whether you're just trying to stay sharp on a subject or learn from scratch, Brilliant has lessons for whatever experience level you have. Each lesson is filled with hands-on problem solving that lets you play with concepts, a method proven to be 6 times more effective than just watching lecture videos. You can chip away at courses at your own pace and build real knowledge in minutes a day. Try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days. Visit brilliant.org/Tyler Bell or click the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription.